Okay, hi folks, it's Vesta once again. I have been sharing you a little bit about an illness called lupus, systemic lupus erythema something that I can never remember the third word of the proper name for lupus. Anyway, the three-worded lupus is the one that attacks the cells inside your body. There's a milder case of lupus that messes up your skin. Okay, they say it's like a butterfly-shaped thing that goes across your nose and your cheeks. Anyway, I was telling you during the last video about the symptoms of lupus, the most common symptoms, and I discussed sensitivity to the sun, photosensitivity, and also arthritis. Another one that is very, very, very common is fatigue. You get very, very fatigued. It doesn't even matter if you haven't done anything. You can be just sitting all day and you get fatigued. By the late afternoon, you don't want to do anything but lay in your bed. If I go shopping, grocery store, do something extra, sometimes I can barely make it up the stairs when I get home. So fatigue is a major, major symptom. And that is one of the reasons that some lupus patients are able to go on disability. They cannot work a 40-hour job as they used to. Now, a lot of other things happened to me that caused me to go on disability. I did lose the use of my hands at one point, the use of my legs at one point. I never knew when these things would happen, and also I mentioned the loss of my eyesight. And I do have permanent blindness in my left eye. So, but I am so grateful, even with all of these things, and excuse the glare on my glasses. Yes, I know I'm trying to keep my head down to prevent that. But I am so thankful to God that I am able to function, to walk around, to do some day-to-day things. I know that I can't do things that most people can do from sun up to sundown. No, I can't. But I pace myself, and when I know I am worn out and I need to get some rest, that's exactly what I do. I get some rest. So it is great to know that I can still function. And a lot of lupus patients do function well if they manage the disease and take care of themselves and listen to their doctors. I was placed on a drug called Imuran, I-M-U-R-A-N. My doctor in Birmingham, Alabama, talked to a co-worker at one of their conventions, rheumatologist conventions, and he told her about Imuran. At that point, she wasn't sure what could help me. The steroids weren't really helping. Of course, the steroids intravenously helped to get my eyesight back, I believe 3 times. But it wasn't helping me as far as having serious complications with my arms and legs. So she asked this co-worker, I was put on Imuran, 50 milligram tablets is what I was taking. The max that they say you should take is 3 tablets or 150 milligrams per day. So that's what I was started on. They can cause liver damage, and when I was tested, which was every 60 days, blood tests and urine tests, and they found that my liver was being compromised, my doctor by that time, which was in Richmond, Virginia, took me down to 100 milligrams, and when I continue to do well, 50 milligrams, and I've been on 50 milligrams of Imuran for many, many years now. But one other thing that is a side effect of Imuran is that your immune system is compromised. And it's so sad because what you're trying to do is get rid of the problems that you have with your immune system, but yet the pills that help you with this cause your immune system to be compromised. And a compromised immune system is one major reason that people are diagnosed with cancer. What I have read lately is that all people their bodies are invaded by cancer cells approximately 6 times during their lifetime. Isn't that interesting? I never would have guessed that. But because we have this awesome immune system, and there goes my phone, because we have this awesome immune system, the cancer is destroyed. Just one moment, please. So, once the immune system gets rid of those old nasty cancer cells, people who had the problem don't even know that they were invaded by cancer. So let me just walk around a little bit and while that phone is ringing so that it won't be an issue with us today, because I don't want to start this video over. So I will just move to another part of the house until it stops ringing. So, in my case, the Imuran caused a problem with my immune system, and I didn't have the wonderful immune system that God created to get rid of the cancer cells that invaded my body. Since I did not, the cancer cells continued to grow. And this is what happens to cancer patients, people who are diagnosed with cancer in any part of their body. They are the people who have compromised immune systems. Sometimes it's because it's just weak. Sometimes it's because of medication. There are various reasons why the immune system is compromised. But the main thing is the compromised immune system can cause cancer cells that invade our body to grow and grow and grow until the person is told that they have cancer in their body. And yes, that is what I'm leading up to. I was diagnosed 2 months ago with pancreatic cancer. And I know that it is the most devastating one. It is the one that people don't want to hear anything about because they consider it a death sentence. Well, I immediately started looking at all the information that I could find online and from any other source, talking to individuals whose loved ones have been diagnosed with cancer and so forth. I have decided to fight the cancer cells naturally. I am not going to go through chemo or radiation. I was told that it is stage 4, but because the doctors have no way of knowing for sure that the nodules that they see in my kidneys are cancerous, they aren't sure that it's stage 4. There is no cancer in any other part of my body. The cancer is in the body of the pancreas, which I understand is a good point, if there is a good point to having pancreatic cancer. And it's better than being in the head or the tail of the pancreas for various reasons. And you can get a lot of this information online. But I found that I could not find too many people who had put information, and my kitty cat has joined me. This is Gorgeous. Say hi, Gorgeous. Say hi there, Gorgeous. There weren't too many people who have actually shared their pancreatic cancer journey online, and that is what I wanted to see most of all from the individuals that have gone through this. Well, I guess one of the reasons is there aren't too many of us. They're all gone. But there was one gentleman who said he was a 5-year survivor, which is usually as far as people get. Mr. Jobs, as you know, from Microsoft, did live 7 years with his, and I understand that the reason was he went natural too. He had no chemo, he had no radiation. He went with a natural diet and various other natural things that were suggested by the doctors that believed in natural medicine. But his was stage 4 because there was cancer found in his liver as well. He had a liver transplant, and that transplant added a year to his life, or they don't know exactly how much, as you know. When I asked one of my doctors, he was actually the surgeon that would have operated on me if it had not been stage 4, said that he doesn't even tell patients anymore how long they have to live, because half of the time he was wrong. And I thank him for that, because when you get a person that gets depressed just hearing that they don't have but a few months, that alone can cause them to lose some of the years or the months or the days that they have left. I choose to put my faith in God. I have been a Christian for over 40 years. I believe that I will leave this earth just as everyone else will when their time has come, whether they're young or old. We all have a purpose, and we're not going anywhere until that purpose is fulfilled. So I am doing my part to keep my life one of enjoyment until my time comes. I choose not to live my life feeling depressed because I've lost my hair, or vomiting, or feeling even more tired than I am with lupus or cancer. By the way, cancer also causes fatigue. I'm sure that's all cancer, but anyway, when I was looking up the symptoms for pancreatic cancer, fatigue was one of the side effects that came up. But it's probably listed, as I said, with all cancers. So I chose not to add to that fatigue with taking chemotherapy. I believe, and have believed for many, many years, that God has put everything that we need for healing our bodies into nature. Now think about it. Pharmaceutical companies are making pills, but where do the ingredients for making the pills come from? Everything that is made from God. So if we put the right things together the right way, as some of these wonderful chemists and doctors have already done, we can find healing for everything, including cancer. And I do feel that there is an issue with the pharmaceutical companies making too much money through the chemo treatments, and that is part of the reason that we may not have a cure right now. This is strictly my opinion, and I stick to my opinion. That is why I choose not to have chemo or radiation. I had one friend to tell me that her mother passed away from pancreatic cancer. She too decided to go the nutritional, natural route, and she did so for a year, then decided that she would go ahead and take chemotherapy. I don't know it quite exactly why she chose to. Perhaps she was feeling a little bad and felt like maybe it was time to start. But my friend told me that within 3 months of starting on the chemo, her mom was dead. Now, I heard one gentleman on YouTube say that chemo and radiation kill more people than cancer does. And if there are more stories like my friend's story, that just may be true. Anyway, I choose to go this route, so that is what I will be sharing with you as time goes on. I will be sharing my lupus cancer journey. Through it all, God is good, and His mercy endureth forever. And the Christians out there that are listening, you've heard people say that God doesn't put any more on us than we can bear. I feel that. So if God knows that I can handle this, then I'm going to prove that He is absolutely right. I'm going to handle it, and I'm going to rejoice in Him and look forward to shocking my doctors as I continue this journey. God bless, and I will see you next time. Please like and also subscribe if you think you would like to hear the rest of the story. Thanks. And let me say this also. I will try to make the videos a little better. As you see, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I will try to improve. Maybe I'll even get a GoPro. Bye-bye.